Hey, welcome back. Today we are talking about the Vivobarefoot Primus Trail Knit. We're going to cover who is it good for, what's the best use case, and just touch on the durability, function, and all of that. So let's get to it. What were my first impressions when I got this shoe? Well, first going over the look, obviously I really like the look. I am a fan of maroon, so I liked this colorway, but just overall I think it's a very sleek design, which is uncommon for Vivobarefoot. Now, as far as the feel goes, the first try was comfortable and uncomfortable at the same time. The inner is very soft and the feel inside the shoe is great. I noticed it was pretty tight initially, but overall it was a comfortable shoe that took some time to break in. Loved the look, so decent first impression. This shoe is one that I describe it as breaking it in twice. There's the first break-in, which is just getting the shoe to open up a bit. And the main issue here is this crease as you step, and it didn't take long for this knit upper, but as far as these TPU side overlays, those really took a minute to break in and loosen up so they weren't digging in so bad each step. So that's kind of the first break-in period. And then the second break-in period is just the first 10 minutes that you throw it on. It's a little stiff at first, and then as you walk with it for 10 minutes or so, it warms up. You think the width is just wide enough. It's common for a lot of models that Vivobarefoot tends to be a little bit tall, and so when you get a model that fits your width, it's going to be a little bit tall. Now for me, this is one that just barely fits width-wise so that I wouldn't have a lot of extra space. Moving on to the ground feel and flexibility. This is not their most minimal shoe. Something like the Asana or the Primus Light line is gonna have that really thin outsole. This one's a little thicker. It's a 5.5 millimeter sole, and that's gonna be including the 2.5 millimeter lugs. You're still getting a decent bit of flexibility. I have broken these in so they weren't always this flexible, but they'll loosen up over time. So overall, moderate. Expect some flexibility. Don't expect anything like a Vibram 5-finger or a Zero Speed Force, but it does its job. The lugs do a good job. I like the pattern that they have where it's kind of this multi-direction tread. This does well for most every outdoor use moderately. So you're not gonna take this on if you're hiking any 14ers or doing any marathon trail runs, but for moderate hikes, moderate trail runs, it does a really good job of just hanging onto the trail, keeping you upright. Now what's great about this shoe is that it's not just an outdoor shoe. This is a fantastic shoe for day-to-day, whether that's going out for your groceries. It's a good looking shoe, so you could take it out casually. And also if you're a beginner to barefoot shoes, because of that slightly higher stack, it's not quite as jarring on your foot and ankle than some of those more minimal options. According to Vivobarefoot's website, this is fully eco-friendly material, lots of recycled materials, and environment friendly. The durability has done pretty well so far. I have not noticed really any deterioration. I haven't noticed delamination of the sole. Now it is important to note that that's something that a lot of people do experience. So for example, that crease point, that's also a point I'm going to be watching out for on the sole. That tends to be the first to delaminate. But so far, after using them for several weeks, no issues with durability. Now, some of the drawbacks that I experience and may hold true for you, one, of course, is going to be that width, and that's not uncommon for a lot of people to have some tightness. If you have a greater than 2E width foot, and my foot is 2E pushing 3E, so if you're a 4E foot, I would probably just avoid this brand altogether. I have a moderately high volume, so I can feel that pressure. If you have a really high volume foot, your foot is tall in the shoe, then you're just gonna be so uncomfortable with that crease pressing down. I don't see the break-in period really easing up on that for you. Something like the regular Primus line, even though this is the same last, this mesh material, I have no pressing down on that pinky joint. whereas for this one I do. These shoes retail for $170 from Vivobarefoot's website. Personally, I don't purchase shoes at MSRP. I wait for deals or find a good second hand that's minimally used. Because of the versatility of this shoe, if you're someone that doesn't care and you just want to get a good pair, then by all means, this is going to be worth it for you. It's going to do everything you need it to do. But if you are a little more conscious of how much you're spending, there's a lot of good retailers. Check on eBay, Poshmark, a lot of places that you can find these for a much cheaper price. If you don't want to drop, money for 3 pairs to start off, then this is a good first option to just get you through 90% of the activities that you'll do. That wraps up the review. I hope that gives you an idea of the Primus Trail Knit and if this is a good model for you. Let me know what you think, if there are other Vivobarefoot shoes that you like, and leave it in the comments below. Like the video, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next review. Train like hell, out.
Right. What do you have to say?
She says, oh, that's so tasty.